Hello, so today I am going to be going over some of the augmentative and alternative communication systems, or AACs, that we use with my clients at the ABA center that I work at. So the kids that I work with have a very wide range of communication skills, and with some of my kids I use AACs to enhance their language, replace speech, provide structure and support language development, as well as expand on existing communication skills. So I'm familiar with PECS. We have speech generating devices, as well as a number of graphic communication systems. So the first one that I'm going to talk about today is a graphic communication system that I use pretty often. So this is a break card. This is a card that I use with a few of my clients at the center. So the way this works is this would typically be laminated and it would be in front of the student on their desk or wherever they're working. And that way, if they do need a break while they're working, they can exchange this card that signals that they need a break. And that's one way that they can communicate that with us. Another one that's really common and I use a lot is Picture Exchange Communication System, or PECS. So this system was developed in 1985 for children with ASD, and it incorporates behavioral principles to teach young children with autism or other developmental disabilities how to request items or activities, as well as label things that they see in their environment. So I have one book here today. This is one of the PECS books that I use with one of my students. So the way it works is typically you would start training the PECS book with a blank icon, and the student would hand the blank icon to whoever he's communicating with, whether it's a tutor, a caregiver, a teacher, parent. They would hand over the blank icon in exchange for a reinforcer. And once that they're used to that exchange, then you can start adding in different vocabulary. So then what you would do is you would have the blank icon here, as well as starting to add in some of the other icons. And that teaches the student to discriminate between the icons. So once I have that down, you can add in some more vocabulary. So the student has 2 pages in here that aren't quite filled of different reinforcers or things, items and activities that they would want to request. So some things that the student has are granola bars, bubbles, an activity of being pushed on the swing. They might ask for candy, chips, things like that. So once they, have a good hang of the exchange, you can add in more vocabulary through the different icons. So the student that I'm working with right now, he's actually learning how to use this strip. So what that looks like is here, it's a strip that goes on the front of the book, and this one says, "I want." So how that would work is the student would then flip through the book. Let's say that they wanted bubbles. They would put that on the front of their book, and they would actually exchange the entire strip. So this says, "I want bubbles." They would exchange that to their communication partner, and then they would receive the bubbles. So the strip helps because it adds some structure to language, and they start to work on, saying the full sentence instead of just the one icon. So those are some of the communication systems that I use with my students. PECS is really good. It's really common and very popular. It's best suited for children who are nonverbal, have a limited vocal repertoire, or their speech is difficult to understand. So that's who this system's best suited for. We also have, some speech generating devices and things like that. But I wanted to focus on this one today since this is the most common one that we have. So thank you.